tweet from a game dev. Half the game devs I talk to are turning against free-to-play. Shit changing? Could be decent sign. I do feel like one interesting stat I saw was that while live service games are very, very, very popular, the ones that were popular 8 years ago are still popular today. At some point, there's not room for a lot of new ones. People actually get stuck into these cycles for a long time. And so League pioneered it and League's still eating off of it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these games are still fucking eating. And so if you try to break into it and you don't, you know, a live service game costs more money to keep running and add new shit. And if nobody's playing it, then you're actually losing more money. Yeah, it's hard to get a new game to stick, for sure. It's sort of like the streaming wars, but for games. Yeah, in a way. I mean, I do feel like it's a cool time because it feels like there's big shifts happening in a lot of industries that I'm interested in, where the old way of doing things is kind of getting shit on and people are innovating and new stuff's happening. Helldivers do pretty good. It is. No, I'm not saying, yeah, it's an outlier. I'm not saying no one can. Helldivers 2 is actually crushing. Super impressive. What's their player base, actually? Yeah, they got 226,000 people playing right now. They're only like half off their launch peak. That's really good. It actually has only been 2 months, a month and a half, really. So you do have to give it a little more time, but still really impressive. What's Palworld at? Palworld's at 43K. I mean, it keeps declining. Still 43 is, you know, incredible. They're printing money, no doubt, but better than Palworld? Well, maybe not. Like Palworld, let's say Palworld hit its peak in January, late Jan, and so let's go a month and a half later. Honestly, it is better percentage-wise. Way better. I mean, they're the same amount. Actually, Palworld's more. Palworld, if you go a month and a half from their peak, they have like 330,000, but it's such a much bigger fall off. Lethal Company? The thing about Lethal Company, though, it's a one-man dev, and it made fucking big-ass money. So even if it fell off in terms of active players, the guy made, you know, there's no team. It's not, if it's live service, it's just his time. They still have 26,000 playing. Dude, that guy printed so much money. My God. Do you think US will ban Chinese EVs? They won't ban, they will tax. They will add very hefty tariffs that make it impossible for them to sell it profitably. Bro, nobody buys Chinese EVs. I promise you, they do. A lot of people all over the world are buying Chinese EVs. They're making they're making the most EVs, but not in the United States. The United States does not buy Chinese EVs. No, absolutely not. Don't those tariffs already exist? Yes, they do. They want to raise them. Both Biden and Trump want to raise them. It's very popular on either side of the political spectrum in America to be tough on China right about now. Which, to be fair, I mean, if there are no tariffs on Chinese electric vehicles, the market will get flooded. There is just nobody producing at scale who or at the low enough cost. It's already fucking over Tesla within China. Did you hear about Chinese solar panels being so cheap, people are making fences out of them? Yes. The market is so flooded in some areas with Chinese solar panels, they are just buying them as fencing material. There should be a nationwide poll every year to see if we go to war with countries causing global panic like China, so every nation is under threat of being Hunger Games by the rest, so they don't step out of line. You mean every nation in the world, or do you mean nationwide in the United States? This is a very bad idea. I gotta be honest with you. This is a bad idea. I'm not gonna let you cook just yet, but it sounds like you mean every nation on Earth has a poll whether to go to war collectively. Who decides who's causing the panic? And how do they decide how to split it up? If all the countries on Earth go to war with China and they win, by the way, there's a thing called nuclear weapons. I don't know if you know this. Nuclear weapons throw a wrench in your plan, but okay. Let's say they win. How do they split it up? No nukes allowed. They're banned. Interesting. A no nukes battle. Is it one country, one vote? If it was one country, one vote, there would be such a market for tiny little countries like Tuvalu to sell their vote for like a new port or something. $150 million and we'll toss our vote in. Maybe instead of a war, it just detonates the nukes in every country voted on automatically. Your plan is a global nuclear holocaust regularly. I think we all need to go back to the well a bit. I think we need to table these ideas for now. A lot of energy, you're onto something, I'm sure. Let's put it all into the pot. Let's stir it up. Let's come back with something new, dude. the U.S. should vote to take Canada in this hypothetical world. We're not following. The original premise is that every nation on Earth is voting to attack one nation. So if we all attack Canada, all that does is leave our North a complete war zone, a complete hellhole. Where are we going to import our musical artists? Where are we getting the next Bieber? Flank them from Alaska. The concern is not that we need to flank them. I'm not worried about them winning a war versus every other country on Earth. I don't think Canada's got the dog like that. We don't have to circle them. We don't have to flank them. There's no tactics needed. It is every country on Earth versus fucking Tim Hortons. All right. What I'm saying is why and to whose benefit? I want Vancouver. Are you under the impression that the entire world would fight to destroy Canada and then they'd give Vancouver to one random Twitch chatter? You under that impression? Like you personally, not even a nation, not the nation you're from. You just get Vancouver. He called dibs. He did call dibs. All right, I'll take Toronto. Toronto's mine. No, I already said it, acronym. I already said it. I got Toronto. I am now the streamer from the 6. This is great. This is actually good. I really hope we do this. I got the dibs. Dibs is great. What am I going to do with Toronto? I think the first thing I'm going to do is put up a big Kendrick Lamar mural. I'm going to put up a big Kendrick. I'm going to turn it into the LA of the North, dude. I'll put Kendrick up there and I'll put Tupac up there and Kobe. It'll be Kendrick, Tupac, and Kobe murals right in Toronto, dude. Day one, raise housing prices. The way Canada's housing works, they could be in the middle of an active war leveling all infrastructure and the housing prices would somehow still rise. Somehow a fucking 2-bedroom in Toronto would fucking double. Despite the fact that you can see a fucking blast site from the window. Seriously, in a war, do you think America could take and hold Canada? Take, yes. Hold, who knows? Who knows? Depends on the marketing more than anything. But because they're so culturally similar, I don't think it would be too difficult, to be honest. I don't know if that Canada would fight a fucking non-stop war of attrition. The population of New York is greater than the population of all of Canada. Well, yeah, I mean, war is not necessarily a population battle. It's not 1-to-1. I mean, all right, what if we just send all of New York? Everyone in New York brings a knife, okay? And we just have them charge. And it's one, everyone matches up to one Canadian. We have the numbers advantage. I'm walking here. We're charging here. That's hype. Yeah. Does Canada have a military? Yes, of course they have a military, bro. It's just a lot smaller, which makes sense. Bro, any country that can afford to spend less on their military and have the US blow the money on it is smart. It's a smart thing to do. It's a great way to fucking spend your government money on things that improve your citizens' lives. You only get so much tax revenue, all right? If you can spend it on fucking childcare and schools and healthcare, then it's every F-16 you don't buy. What if we changed war to turn-based combat? Speak to that. Squeak to that. Turn-based combat. Let him cook. Cook for me, please. Tell me what are you eating? What are you chefing up?